Oh, good morning, and you're watching Talk Sports with Bipolar Miguel, and of course I'm Miguel, and I thank you for watching. If you are watching, if not, if not, then you can watch it later. First, a few big things to talk about. For so I'm gonna get started. First thing, the police raid the French headquarters of soccer to investigate whether there's some records involved with the scandal. Of course, the bribery scandal, and if any records implicate Sepp Blatter, which I'm sure it will implicate him. He still denies wrongdoing, but like he said, he's defiant till the end, and I can tell that he's a corrupt person because I've never liked him, especially especially running FIFA. But has he done a lot of good in the FIFA? Yes, he has. Will he ever be considered one of the best presidents FIFA has ever had? No, considering the stuff that he's done for smaller countries and non-European soccer clubs, but he'll never be one of the best presidents. I think Mr. Havelang, I mean, the last president did was probably one of the best. Um, Another thing, the purge and the egos continued. Yesterday, it kind of took me by surprise, but you know what? They want to get rid of the Chip Kelly system, and I can't blame them. It was a disaster. He brought on players that really didn't perform very well, but it was a disaster from the start. What can I say? Will Peterson solve the problems? Probably not, because there's too much damage already, and the only way he can solve the problems is by winning, and winning fast. Um, you know, because Chip Kelly brought on in players that really didn't fit into the system. He thought he could fit them in the system, and he didn't. That's one of the reasons he got fired. Besides, the fans were getting tired of him too. So that was obvious. Another big surprise, which you know what, to many Philadelphia fans is probably not a surprise, is DeMarco Murray being traded to Tennessee. Was he done in with all the disgruntledness that he had against Chip Kelly and didn't really want to play for Chip Kelly, and the damage that was done between the two of them, personal on and off the field? There's no wonder he wanted out of Philadelphia. I mean, again, Doug Peterson is trying to mend fences, and of course, he hasn't done it yet. Anyway, he's trying to fix it, but it's long. There's no cure for what Chip Kelly did. He left the team in disarray, and DeMarco Murray was unhappy with it and just had it. He just wanted to trade because the damage was done to him. And Calvin Johnson retiring. Well, this was a couple of months in the making. I mean, he had decided to whether retire or play one more season, a couple more seasons, but he decided to retire. I guess he got tired of it and everything else. Probably the losing record. Yeah, I wish him luck. People are saying, is he a Hall of Fame material? Well, to me, he might be in a sense. In another sense, he really. Well, it's a touchy situation. I haven't seen the Lions play that much, but I've seen Calvin play, and he's a very good player and talented player. It's a shame the Lions he decided to retire, but you know he already said he was going to do some other things outside of football. So good luck to him. Another thing, Manning's retirement. Well, it was about time. His performance in the Super Bowl was not that great. It was just good enough to win the Super Bowl, but the defense definitely was the one that won the Super Bowl for him. It was time. I wish him a lot too, and I'm sure he's gonna do a lot of commercials and be on TV a lot. I mean, he's got endorsements up the yang yang anyway, so that would be good. There was one thing that bothered me that shouldn't have been asked, and Peyton Manning said it this way: "No, not today." And it was the question about the Tennessee controversy, about the litigation going on about the quote unquote sexual the sexual investigation, sexual harassment investigation. And he just mentioned, and there's a couple witnesses that said nothing really happened there. Why is this person coming out and accusing them of it? Who knows? Probably for publicity. Now going to baseball for a minute. The Baltimore Orioles, they're pretty much winless in the preseason. And Showalter is not showing that much concern, which, being 0-7-1 in preseason doesn't really tell you much till the regular season. But in baseball, usually it does, because it shows you what kind of players you have, and also what players you can get rid of. And basically being 0-7, it's almost like starting the season 0-7. Should Showalter be a little more concerned? I think he should. This is one of the problems that Showalter has always shown in his career as manager. And you know what? This is why a lot of press members ride him hard. And that's pretty much his routine. He's not concerned right now because it's early in the preseason. Yeah, but baseball is a little different animal. I mean, preseason really tells you what kind of team you have, and it goes through it, and it goes through the regular season. I mean, because there are other players that are the slow starters. Granted, I haven't seen the Baltimore Orioles play yet in preseason. I'm getting there on my app. I'm a little slow at watching games because I'm working or doing other things. But I got an app that I can go back and watch the games. And that's pretty much what I have to say about that. And Barcelona is getting ready to remodel Camp Nou, which I think it needs some remodeling. Like every stadium in the world, it's dilapidating. But pretty much one of the things is that Camp Nou has always been a very good kept stadium, grass and everything. But especially Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, it's always been kept up, and it's had a couple of remodelings. But Camp Nou, I think it was the remodeling designs should have been done a couple years back, but that's how it is. Another thing, has the MLS been hit hard by has it been hurt by the exodus of players? Well, like in every league, players come and go. I don't think they've been hurt. I know there's a couple big names that left the MLS this season and last season. But you know what? The MLS is just another league in soccer, and they'll have their ups and downs as far as having exodus and bringing in players. And granted, I haven't followed up MLS that much and that closely, but I've seen a couple of their games last year, and probably plan on watching a couple games this year too. But the exodus doesn't hurt might hurt a team as far as it goes, but a league, it just depends because the MLS is still growing and really is trying to find an identity among other clubs, leagues, and everything. And you know what? When you struggle to find an identity of your own, it's very hard to keep players. It, and that's what I gotta say about it. Now, has Tate thrown a wrench into the home Rosie rematch? I think it has. It has completely revamped what's going to happen between the home Rosie fight. I know Ronda wants it to happen, but now that Tate upset a home, it's got a hard. What's up next? Who knows? It might still happen, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you informed about that. But there's a lot of other things in the MMA. I'm gonna keep you informed too, because that's part of, like I said, it's part of my program. So I'll be doing that. But going back to the home Rosie rematch, it might still happen. Although I think Ronda wants to call it quits after this rematch. But like I said, Misha Tate threw a wrench into that, and we'll see what happens. It's up to the promoters and the management, and of course up to the fighters. I mean, Ronda is pretty much her own manager, so she decides who to fight and who not to fight. So it's up to Kate Home and Ronda Rousey where they want to take it after this. And that's gonna be it right now. I'll be back with some more later on today or tomorrow. Like always, I appreciate all you that watch and view my videos and also comment. I appreciate that, and like I said, I'm trying to do my best on it, but I do appreciate it. And as always, you can always leave me an email at bipolarmiguel@gmail.com. Also, you can give me a call at 1-872. I'm sorry, I didn't even repeat that. 1-872-802-1492. And you can also leave me a message, and I'll try getting back as soon as I can. But that'll be it for me right now. And like I said, I appreciate all the views and all the comments. And like I said, I will get back whenever I can. I appreciate it, and have a good day.